Hey, welcome to today's class. I'm Anna Rutherford and this is the fourth class in our beginners series. So let's jump straight in. Today we're going to be working a little bit more on building strength, building fluidity throughout the flow and connecting with the breath. So as usual, we'll start with a little meditation, coming to a comfortable seated position. Taking the hands resting in the lap or on the knees, close the eyes. And just starting to follow the breath. That's all we're doing, just bringing the mind's attention to the inhalation and the exhalation. So just noticing the breath, and we're actually not trying to change it at all just yet. Perhaps recognizing what the breath feels like. Where do you feel it? You notice the sensations associated with breathing. Perhaps you feel it most at the nostrils, in the throat, in the chest or the abdomen. Lovely. Now, as part of our meditation, the start, here we're going to do a breath count. So we're going to start, I'll count for us, by breathing in for 3, hold for 3, out for 3, hold for 3. It's like box breathing, okay? So let's give that a go. If you do find that you're tensing up because it's too long for you, then just back off a little bit, do it at your own pace, do it, don't do as long with the holds. Let's have a go. Okay. Try and inhale and exhale through the nose if you can. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. And return to your normal, natural breath. Okay, we're going to take one more round. We're going to try and increase the breath count to 4. So again, if you need to reduce, you do what you need to do, okay? Let's try again. Okay, exhale to prepare. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And return to your natural breath. Nice. So this is a tool that you can use if you want to do some meditation or some breath work, but you're not sure what to do and you don't want to put on a guided thing, then this is something you can just do to connect with the breath and really use the breath to quickly focus the mind, or to bring awareness to the body. Okay, so let's start our warm-up. So coming onto all fours today, and we're going to start with the cat-cow type movements that we've done before. So pressing into the ground and rounding through the back. Inhale. Exhale, take the gaze slightly forward and allow that arching through the spine. Inhale, really press the ground away, fingertips are slightly gripping. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hair stuck to me. That's what happens when you have a lot of hair. It gets stuck to you. Gets everywhere. Keep moving here. Lovely, and returning to neutral spine. Now we're going to add a little bit more fluidity, which we've done before in the first week, where we are going to move a little bit more freely. So we're still taking those arches and rounding, but you're just moving a bit more intuitively, a bit more freely. So you could do these chest barrels, you could do some spinal waves. You can bend through the elbows, take hip circles. Or you can just copy me as well. I know sometimes adding some free movement in can be a little bit daunting. But we want to start to learn to explore the body, learn to explore your body, so you can begin to check in with what it is your body needs on a particular day. It's nice to get to the point where you can just jump on your mat and start to feel things out on your own. Okay, you might like to progress this a little bit if you want to come off the knees and then move from downward facing. You can feel the heart rate coming up. The breathing might be starting to get a little heavy, a little quicker. So see if despite that you can keep that breath even and calm in and out through the nose. Okay, so wherever you're at, just starting to make your way back to all fours. Lovely. Let's take a little bit of wrist prep. We do spend so much time on the wrists in yoga. It's important to warm up this small joint. So coming up to the first knuckle, bringing the thumb off the floor and then lower back down. Oh, I really needed these today. Keep going, moving up and down. So avoiding rocking back and forward like this. Yep, we want to stay over the hands and the movement's coming from the wrist and the hand. Lovely, and coming down. Okay, we're going to swivel one hand back towards you. Start with the right hand and lean back, your weight back to the heels, keeping that palm pressed down. Should get a nice stretch up along the front of the back of the forearm, I suppose. And turning it round, left fingertips swivel and lean back. And breathe. And coming back. Okay, just turning the hands over, so palms are facing up, fingertips facing in. And we're coming all the way down, touch the chin to the floor and press up, and then rotate the eye of the elbow forwards. One more. Nice job. Okay, we're going to do a little strength drill here for the upper body, and then we're going to get into some flows today. So we're going to move through a few flows today a little bit faster to start to really get that rhythm and the breath. So coming up into your down dog, so let's set up properly, all fours, press the ground away with the hands, tuck the toes, lift the knees, feel everything activate, round through the shoulder blades as we press up, and then start to shift the weight back. Okay, perhaps pedal the feet a little bit, hamstrings are feeling a bit tight. Hands pressing firmly down, and remember that pressing out with the hands. Okay, from here we're going to do some downward dog push-ups. So you might like to take the hands a little wider. Take a bend through the knees if you like. We're going to bring the head down towards the floor and press back up. Okay, so if the head doesn't touch, that's okay. You could grab a block or something just to give you a guide, something to touch that's a bit higher, or just come down halfway, okay? But challenge yourself. So let's try for 5. 1, 2, 3, press the hands strongly. 4, last one. 5, nice job. Come down onto the knees. We're going to do 5 more. This is going to help to build the upper body strength, okay? So that we can develop our upper body strength properly, and we're doing lots of repetitions in different positions. So we need that strength in order to do things properly with good form. Okay. Had your little rest, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 2 more, 4, and 5. Nice, stay here in downward dog, and we're going to look forward and walk the feet. How close can you get them without taking the hands off? Nice, halfway lift. And take that little fold, and then a little bend through the knees, coming all the way up and to our mountain pose position. So comfortable stance with the feet, lift and spread the toes, hands beside you, shoulders relaxed and away from the ears. Strong standing position. Okay, let's move through some sun salutations. Inhale, chair pose, bend through the knees, arms sweep up. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Inhale, take that halfway lift, plant the feet firmly. Plant the hands, step the feet back. Now, knees or toes. Let's do the first one from the knees. Rock the weight forward, grip through the hands, strong through the shoulders. Down we come, press back up, rock back to our child's pose position, and sweeping through. Cobra for the first one. Press the hands into the floor, strong through the legs. Press back, tuck the toes, downward facing. And breath. 2. And 3. Okay, get a little springy through the knees. Let's see if we can take a step all the way forward. Halfway lift and fold. Inhale, back up through chair pose. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Keep that breath going. Halfway lift, length through the spine. Plant the hands, step the feet, and nice and strong from the toes this time. If you like, give it a go. Rock the weight forward, grip the mat. Exhale. Press back up. back to that active child's pose, and let's sweep it through. This time, if you'd like to come up to upward facing, strong up on the top of the feet. And then exhale all the way back. And breathe for 1, 2, and 3. Gaze is forward, bend through the knees, and step, step. Halfway lift, and take that little fold. Inhale, exhale. Well done. Okay, let's go again. Inhale, exhale, fold. Halfway lift, strong through the legs, long through the spine. Step, step, knees or toes, strong through the legs as well, all the way down, press up, back to our active child's pose, sweeping through cobra or press up to upward facing. And then you can either come back to the knees or rock straight back to your downward dog for 1, 2. Relax the face and jaw, 3. Gazing forward, springy through the legs. Step with the other leg this time, that doesn't feel so easy. Halfway lift. And fold. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to add on a little bit this time. Inhale through a chair and hold here. See if you can take the hands behind, either hold on to the clasped, take a clasp, or if that's not happening, just have the hands traveling back, okay? Beautiful. Keep the breath going. No breath holding here. Letting go of the clasp. Hands come to the floor. Halfway lift. Plant the hands. Let's step back. Taking our vinyasa. If you're starting to get tired now, please drop to the knees. Remember, keep that good form. Down. Strong back up. Active child's pose. Let's sweep it through. Cobra or upward facing. Exhale. Take it back. This time we're adding on. We're going to lift the right leg. Take it through between the hands. Remember, we're trying to get it there in one go, but if we need some steps, take some steps. Let's come up, crescent lunge. Open out through the chest. Press the feet firmly to the floor. We're going to open into warrior 2. Planting the back heel strong through that left quad. Arms are long and active. Sweep the hands down, frame the foot. Lift that knee into the chest if you can, or step it back with a few goes. We're taking a vinyasa. Down we go. This time we're coming straight into upward facing or cobra. We're coming back through chaturanga. Press it up, take it back. And let's go other side. Left leg lifts, step it through between the hands, coming up to our crescent lunge. Open out, warrior 2, active through that back leg. Big toe of the left foot pressing down, arms are strong. Windmill the arms over, frame the foot. Lift that knee into chest if you can, or just stepping it back. And here we go. Straight into upward facing. back to chaturanga. And exhale back to downward facing and taking 3 breaths here. Calm the breath, calm the mind. Preparing to come forward, getting springy through the legs and step, step, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming through chair. Exhale, Samasthiti, back to mountain pose. Nice. We're going to take one more, okay? If you felt a bit lost, don't worry. It does move quite quickly with one breath, one movement as we start to ramp things up. So we'll go through this one together. It'll be good. It'll be all right. Let's go. Inhale. Exhale, stay. Hands come back. Can you find a little more depth in your squat? Hands clasp or keep traveling back. Keep the breath. Just like a wave, like the tides, just keeps going. Exhale. Hands come down. Halfway lift. Plant the hands. Feet come back. Remember, you can drop to the knees if you need to. Okay, press the ground away, rounding through the shoulder blades, coming down. Press back up, back to our active child's pose, and sweep it through. Cobra will come up to your upward facing, and take it back. Downward dog. Right leg lifts. Step it through. Remember, if you need to take it there with the hand, take it there. Coming up, inhale. Open out through the chest. Arms come up. Turn that back foot. Lunge a little deeper. Active through the arms. Inhale. Exhale, windmill down. Take those steps back. Exhale. Chaturanga, upward facing. Chaturanga, downward facing. Left leg lifts. Step it through. Inhale. Exhale, open out through the chest. Crescent lunge. Arms come up. Exhale, warrior two, strong through the legs. Remember that activation through the legs. Windmill the arms, frame the foot, back onto the ball, the right foot, step it back. Here we go. Chaturanga, upward facing or cobra, little second chaturanga, and back. For 1, 2, and 3. Gazing forward, springy through the legs, and step, step. Halfway lift, take a fold, bend through the knees, and exhale. Well done. I've got my heart rate up, I don't know about you. Okay, now we're going to take a little bit of balance work. So you might want to have a wall or something near to hold on to, but give it a go without. If you fall over, it doesn't matter, you just come back in, okay? So taking comfortable stance with the feet. Let's start by pressing the left foot down into the floor. So lift the toes, spread them as much as you can, and plant down through that left side. Come onto the right toes. Play around here. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Explore the balance, and then see if you can hold here. Now, temptation is to immediately hold onto the leg. Ah, that feels nice, my core can switch off. But we're not going to do that today. We're going to take active balance. So we're going to hold here. Big focus on pressing that left big toe down into the floor. Give your body that stability, that grounding, okay, to allow you to balance more stably. You'll still feel lots of wobbling. It's okay. That's good. Okay, from here, let's see if we can start to take this knee out to the right. Sometimes I actually find if I do hold on and help the leg to open, then I can get a little bit further. Hands can come back to the hips, perhaps up overhead. Nice. Let's come out, coming back through center. Can you straighten the leg? Doesn't have to be high, even if it's just off the ground. Or maybe it is a bit higher. Nice, little bit more. And take it down. Beautiful. Take a few little hip side to sides, shake it out. Shake the legs out if you need, before we take the other side. Okay, grounding down through the right foot. Lift the toes, press the feet down into the floor. Left toes come to the tips of the toes and lift and lower. Nice. Okay, and hold. Lovely. So again, avoiding the temptation to grab the knee. A few other things here. Checking that you're not hiking that left hip up. Hips nice and even. Okay, and that grounding foot pressing down. Another big thing with balancing, should have mentioned on the other side, is your gazing point, or it's called a drishti in Sanskrit, but it's just a gazing point. So find something to look at, spot on the wall, something straight ahead, and it will really help your balance. Okay, let's take that knee out to the side. Arms can come up. Check those hips again, we're not doing these ones. I'm going to fall over. If you do fall over, don't worry about it, just come back up. Every time you fall out, your body's learning. Okay, come back to the center, straighten that leg, almost there. I know the standing leg is burning up. And bring it down. Beautiful work. Little bit of a side to side. Little bit of a shake. Reach up with the arms and then take a roll down the legs. Beautiful. Before we come to the floor, take a little bend through the knees. I want you to wrap your arms around the legs. If you can, take opposite elbows and then press the knees out against the arms and pull back in with the elbows. Press the big toes into the floor. Activate right up the back of the leg, and then you could try straightening through the legs, maybe one and then the other, or just keep a little bend, but keeping it active. Lovely. Release the hands, walking all the way out to our plank position. Okay, then from them here, if you want to have a bit more of a challenge, we're going to take a lower or from the knees. Okay, here we go. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and all the way down. Lovely. Oh, have a rest. Okay, pressing back to our child's pose. Take a nice wide leg child's pose, or if you prefer a narrow leg, totally up to you. Nice. Then let's try a puppy pose. This is one of my favorite alternatives to child's pose, where we keep the hips up. You can untuck the toes again. Bring the arms down. Chin comes towards the floor, but keep the gaze forward and the hips stay up. I quite like to tent the fingertips here and get a little bit more range through the chest. Lovely. And coming back up. And rolling back over the legs. Nice. Okay, we're going to take one seated pose. Today, before finishing up, we're going to take a wide leg, seated wide leg forward fold or a straddle. So take the feet, wide, but they're doing just as wide as they can go, okay? Another thing to look out for is if you're doing this and then collapsing through the spine, I would encourage you to sit up on something, okay, cushion, blanket, whatever. And that just gives you a little bit less angle, and you usually find that you can sit up nice and straight then, okay? So taking this one, another good tip here is move your butt out of the way. So actually lift your butt cheeks up and out of the way, and you'll find you can sit up a lot taller then as well. Okay, beautiful. So we're going to keep this quite active as well. So feet are slightly flexed and toes pointing back towards you. We're going to take the hands behind the head, okay, the fingers clasped or just by the ears, and keeping the body long and straight. Legs are active and start to come forward, okay, and back. So just as far as you can whilst keeping the spine straight, okay, or you're almost arched a little bit, yeah, almost in that position where we're pushing the pelvis forward slightly, okay, and forward and back. So if you can come lower, then feel free, but as soon as we're starting to round through the back, then we've lost that position, then just back off a little bit. Let's take 5 more. 1, 2, 3. So think about belly coming to the floor. 4 and 5. Okay, and we're going to come down and hold. If you need to bring the hands down, by all means, bring them down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And coming back up. Lovely. Okay, now we're going to use the hands, bring the hands down and start to walk the hands forward. Again, we're keeping the spine long. Legs are active, heels pressing into the floor. And just holding here. Obviously, if you can come further and it feels comfortable, then you can. Okay, you can come down further, but don't push it. There's no rush, and we want to avoid injuries. So just start where you are, and it's good to have goals of certain poses or things you'd like to do, but no rush. Okay. Reconnecting with that breath. 3 more breaths here. Keep active, long through the spine. Okay, starting to walk the hands back in towards you. Bend through the knees. You might like to help the legs come in a little bit together, and taking the hands behind. Let's take a few of those windshield wipers. Side to side. Without the hands if you like. We went through that a couple of weeks ago. If you want to try this one without the hands. And back through center. Beautiful. All right. Taking a few breaths in final relaxation. I know it's tempting to skip this part. It's very tempting for me as well, because you feel like, okay, I've done enough. I don't have time to lie around and, all of that. But I find it actually a really beautiful time at the end of practice, even if it's for 1 minute, where you actually just sit and feel the difference in your body from the start and let all of that movement and everything you've just learned kind of sit for a few minutes. Okay, so closing the eyes or come to a resting position in Shavasana on the floor. And let's just sit in silence together. If you're lying down, just gently taking a little bit of movement, taking a stretch. Of course, the option to stay here as long as you need, as long as you like. Otherwise, if you're lying down, rolling onto one side and meeting the rest of us back up here in the seated position. Lovely. Taking the hands to the heart center. And thank you so much for joining me today. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you next time for the next beginner's class. Thanks. See you later. Bye.